Yo, what's up? All right, so figured I'd throw a video up here quick, in reference to eBay and glass, selling glass on eBay specifically. Um, Obviously, if you dug into Etsy, that's a really good place to sell glass too. But anyway, um, I just want to point out something that I used to do, and I mean, just really quickly to just um, so you guys know where I'm coming from with this, and like when I first started selling online, like I was started selling nothing but glass. I have no idea why. I guess maybe it was the availability of glass and the fact that you could pick it up for so cheap. Um, Glass is not something that I would recommend somebody to get into as far as starting to sell online, or look at glass as being the sole or the backbone of your business reselling online. Simply because glass is each item is like so unique to itself, and it's really difficult to identify glass. And I guess for me, that was kind of um, the challenge was I liked it, and I don't know, for some reason I was gung ho about being selling more glass than anybody else online. That was my big thing. So I dug into glass and I got into it deep, and honestly, really I did really well with it. I had It was not long before I had personally um, reached a point in my selling where I was unable to grow as a business any farther because I was literally packing from sun up to sundown. I could not take any more on. I would have had to hire somebody else, and it was really getting to be overwhelming. It was great. I mean, I was loving it. It was still better than going to work for somebody else. Um, but it was, I mean, that's where it grown to. But granted, had I put that effort into somewhere else other than glass, I probably would have reaped even more benefit. So what I wanted to show you, this is actually something really neat, and I had gotten so deep into glass that and by the way, if you guys have any glass out there that you know that you have, shoot me a message or whatever, or leave a post, and I will gladly identify your glass. I'm pretty good, um, and glass is one of those things that opened my eyes to that fact that um, knowledge is equals basically money in your pocket. If you don't know what you have, it's not worth anything. You know, you have to know what you have for it to be worth shit. So, um, knowledge is power. Really, it is. So doing your research is huge. And with glass, I mean, that's what all it was. It's all it was. It was I expended a great deal of effort, and it it probably got me into the online reselling business. Though it was a good learning experience, and I guess I'm glad I did it. Like I said, it probably wasn't the best thing to start into, but I was all about it, and I still do sell glass online, and I just don't do it as hard as I used to. It's actually kind of on the back burner right now. I'm really hard into FBA right now, and I'm sure you guys probably heard about it. And if not, I don't know, maybe I'll throw something up and give you my own 2 cents on that. But anyway, I just want to show you something really neat that I found out that actually became, even though I was a person who on eBay, when I was selling full time eBay, I had never had I always had over 120 listings at all times. That was my bottom. I never let myself get under 120 active listings at a time ever. That's just where I was at. Okay. So point being that I had a lot of stuff out there available for sale. And this ended up being such a huge part of my business that it actually wound up being I was literally making more on this than anything else. Now, um, if you don't know anything about glass, believe me, it does not make any difference. You don't have to know anything about glass to do this. What I'm trying to do here is, sorry, I should have started on point here, but the point of this video is that I'm going to show you something that's really neat that you can make really easy money on. And the market right now, obviously, I can see the market has changed from when I left, because when I was there, I had drove it down big time, and it put me right to the top. Um, but I can see right now it's big. So anyway, if you don't know anything about glass, that's cool. If you do, great. Cobalt blue glass, anything cobalt blue is huge. That is, when it comes to glassware, that is this stuff that sells hot. Take it. It's hot. People go nuts for it. People love it. Especially get the darker cobalt blue, but it doesn't make a difference. Cobalt blue. If you're looking at the screen here, you can see everything here blue. It's all cobalt blue. Basically, as far as I'm concerned, if it's blue, it's cobalt blue, unless it's really, really light blue. Like that's a lighter blue, that's not really cobalt blue. But you can pretty much call whatever cobalt blue you want. But the dark blue stuff like this here, and this right here listing is exactly what I'm talking about specifically. I found out, and what I did, and you can do this. This is all you got to do. If you go to Walmart, go to the, whatever the home the home section, kitchen area, and go find all their plates and bowls and stuff. Specifically bowls, especially mugs too, is the second one. Plates come last, but you'll see that they have these cobalt blue bowls here. They're 6-inch cereal bowls. That's how I used to always put them as well. This guy's got them cereal soup. That's pretty much right. You'll find out that you can pick these up for $1.50 a piece at Walmart, brand new. Not on sale. That's their actual going price. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't do this anymore. But even though at the time I was locally, we have 3 Walmarts here within 15-minute drive of where I live, and I had cleaned every last one of those Walmarts out, and I was going to a neighboring town that was an hour away, and I was cleaning them out. I was selling more of these than all the Walmarts combined locally here. I was cleaning them out big time. Okay, to where I think they were even catching on. But anyways, I just realized that, and I didn't know this. I just happened to walk by it at Walmart one day, and I was like, already very familiar with the glass market and scene. I was like, holy crap, these are $1.50 a piece. And as soon as I passed by them, I knew right there that I could sell them for more than that online very easily. And so what I did is I bought 4 of them. My rule of thumb with glassware especially is 4s. Whether you're selling cups, bowls, plates, mugs, it does not matter. Well, not mugs. Mugs is different, but bowls, anything like that, 4. Because anything less than 4, it's hardly worth a buyer paying the shipping cost. So don't mess with anything less than 4, okay? Unless you have a very unique item. So 4s. So what I did is I went and bought 4 for $1.50 a piece. So obviously that cost me $6 and some change. And what I did is I went and took some really good photos, okay? By really good photos, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, have a white backdrop. By a white backdrop, how do you do this? A white piece of board, paper board. You can get them at Walmart for 33 cents a piece. Just a big white paper sheet, okay? That's all you need. Fold it in half, done deal. You have a white backdrop. That's all you got to do. And then crop the photo, all right? Take a photo with a really high, you want it very nice and bright. So just turn up the brightness on your camera. Exposure, have that really high. And then make sure you're using macro. Macro is usually like that little flower-looking symbol. And macro just represents taking a close-up photo. And take a really good quality photo, okay? So the reason I'm telling you to do this is because once you've done this, you don't have to ever go buy them again, okay? Just the one time. And this is what I did. And this is the whole deal with this was that I was trying to figure out a way that I could I was basically selling stuff that I hadn't even purchased except for the one first time. I bought the 4 bowls. I went and seen the market on it, and it was less than this right now. I was selling them for if I remember right, I was doing $24.99 plus free shipping, okay? This guy's got it for $51.23. So obviously you can cut this guy down. This guy is screwing people. So you could cut this guy down. Even if he is a top-rated seller, you can cut him down. Don't cut him down by a penny. Cut him down a little bit more than that because obviously the profit margin's huge. You can ship 4 bowls if you ship FedEx. Don't use USPS. Those guys are ripoff. They are horrible. Don't ever use USPS unless you're shipping first class or flat rate priority. If you're not doing those 2 things, do not ever use USPS. They are horrible. FedEx is really affordable. They have a new thing called I can't remember what the heck it's called now because I don't use it very often anymore. But I'll remember it. But anyway, it's a really cheap way of shipping. It's like 45% cheaper than USPS, okay? So check into FedEx if you're not doing that. But yeah, anyway, you can ship the 4 bowls packed properly for about less than $10, okay? So you can, if you listed this for, let's just say, for example, $29.99 free shipping, that's way undercutting this guy. You can list it for more than that. Let's just say you did $39.99, okay? Cost you $6 to get them, $10 shipped. That's $16 invested. If you sold it for $40, that's a huge profit margin for just one sale. That's insane. Okay, that's big time. All right. So now the reason I mentioned about taking a really good photo is you only have to take these photos one time. Okay, and now this is the whole concept. This is the whole driving the point home here is that you don't have to go buy them again until you sell another one. So this is what I was doing, is after I bought my initial 4, just so I could take the pictures, I never went and bought them again unless I had sold them. I live like 10 minutes away from a Walmart. So I guess if you don't live that close to Walmart, maybe you will want to. Regardless, it's a great opportunity for profit. But, what I was doing was I would not pick up another one. And then when I sold one, it would go directly into my account because I had already been selling on eBay. And I would just use that money and go pick up another 4 or however many I needed for that day. I'd gotten to the point where I was doing this. I was making one trip there, and I was buying multiple quantities of the mugs that they sell there. They have bowls and they have plates, and I was buying multiple quantities of all of them. So like I said, I was making more money on just this concept where I'm showing what I'm telling you here, just the bowl, just the Cobalt Blue stuff from Walmart, not buying any of them up front except from the first time I did, and I was making more money off of that than I was all my other glassware combined, and I had over 120 listings at all times, okay? And I was selling them for only $24.99 with free shipping. So that gives you a really good idea of how quickly this could blow up. And it was only about a matter of a month and a half before it had taken off to the point where I couldn't have any more stock. I was selling so much that I was actually going directly to anchorhawking.com and shipping directly from them and having them ship directly to where I was selling it at, which was cutting into my profit margin big time. But that's what I was having to do because the Walmart they couldn't keep up with what I was selling. Granted, by the time I had cut back and I was starting to dig into other things as far as online reselling, that they had started stocking more because they had seen that obviously they were moving a lot more of this product. So by the time I was about getting out, they had just piles of stuff on the shelves because obviously it was moving so fast they couldn't keep it on the shelf fast enough. So I don't know if they ever were wondering what the heck happened or what in the world, or if they ever caught on. But you can see this getting watched once every 24 hours. This stuff sells. I'm telling you, it's hot stuff. So, but the idea is you want to, and it's another nice thing is the fact that you're using one listing you've already created and selling more. You're selling off of one listing, and you're not having to create a new listing every time you're listing an item. So that saves you huge amounts of time. It makes it more cost effective of a business, and really, this is the idea of how you can make. This is how you really start getting going, running a business. And there's more than one item out there for you to be able to do something like this on. Imagine if you took an item, for example, like I said, I wasn't having to buy these until I'd sold them. Imagine if you had, and I was doing this with 3 or 4 or 5 different items. So, you could figure one item, okay, that's substantial. Now imagine if you did this on a level where you were selling 50 or 60 or whoever knows, however many items that you weren't even buying. You wouldn't even have to put the money down to add into your inventory, aside from the initial purchase of having it, because you were able to find something that was for sale somewhere, not at sale price, at normal cost, and you were able to just basically, it's not drop shipping, obviously, but, you could sell it off of their shelves and do nothing but go pick it up with the money you'd already got paid for and ship it. Done deal, brand new. This is a very interesting concept that I think maybe a lot of people it would never even have crossed their mind. So I was really excited about this when I found this, and it had caused me to look into many other things, and I was selling a lot of stuff. I guess maybe not a lot, less than a dozen, but I had quite a few items that I was selling like this, and I was selling regularly, and I was doing very, very well on them, and it was the backbone of my online business when I was selling solely on eBay. Okay. I don't anymore, just on eBay, and I've cut back big time, but there you go. So seriously, not take this and use this exact idea. Go to Walmart and pick up 4 of these bowls. You have to take a good photo. Make a really good listing, because, again, this is not a listing that you have to redo every time. This is one listing that you never have to redo again. So you want it to be money. You want it to be pristine. You want the photos to be top-notch. This guy has pretty good photos. He could have a little bit better lighting, see a little bit of yellowing. That stuff is, you don't want yellowing ever in your photos. So that's why when you do shoot photos, make sure you have your camera set to incandescent, or however you want to pronounce that, IN, whatever. Make sure you do that. Turn the auto off so you don't get any of that yellowing. It makes this for nice white photos. That's really good. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Obviously, I drug that out a little bit, but seriously, take this exact idea and run with it and try it. And, run a Walmart and scan some crap. They got scanners out there that you can get, apps on your phone now, and just start scanning stuff and see what they sell for online versus what they sell for, in the store that you're looking at. And, another good thing to maybe think about looking into is another secret maybe is a lot of baby products you can buy, whatever. I'm not going to say any more than that, but check into that stuff too if you want a hint as far as other things you can look into that you can sell for more online than you buy in the stores retail. So check into that, and I don't know. Hopefully this helps somebody out and maybe motivates you or excites you to, take your business to the next level, or maybe just get it started. So, all right, peace out.